Hello and welcome to our devotion for reading through the Bible in a year in the 1 Year Bible. And today we have the devotion for July 23rd. We're looking at Romans 8, 9 through 25. And here we have kind of the outflowing of Paul's personal struggles against sin. It affects not only him, but the whole human race, not only the whole human race, but also all of creation. So much like in the Psalms in the Old Testament, here we see Paul personifying uh, all of creation. And creation includes all of God's creation, human beings and non-human beings, and everything that's part of creation. So the image is of stretching your neck forward and peering ahead keenly in fervent expectation. I'm reminded when I'm running on the trail and I get to where the river, the Blue River, is visible, or I'm going over one of the bridges, and I kind of look ahead and see if I can find any wildlife while I'm on my run. Well, what is all of the anticipation all about in our text? Well, we have here a revelation that will take place. The sons of God will be revealed. It will be a glorious manifestation of the sons of God, the family of God, because sons of God includes all believers, because back then the firstborn son got all the inheritance. So because we receive our inheritance as believers in Jesus Christ, the sons of God includes everybody, all believers in Jesus and his death and resurrection. So the amazing thing is that nature, if you will, has this crying out, this longing, like in birth pains, waiting and waiting for us, the believers in Jesus, to be revealed on the last day. Why? Well, all of creation has been subjected to futility, that is, to death and to decay, to things not being permanent but being temporary. And we see the consequences of death all around us. If you ever watched Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, you saw like life and death struggles play out on the television, if you remember that, if you're old enough and you remember those days. So we don't have to watch that. We realize that nature is that way, and that really death is all around us, and things are frustrating and hard and difficult. And sometimes nature suffers because of human beings, and sometimes human beings suffer because of nature. And this is all the result of sin. So, who subjected nature to this futility? Well, it all stems from Adam and Eve. And so when Adam and Eve disobeyed God and fell into sin, they plunged all of creation into sin. And when Adam and Eve had the consequence, the punishment of death, it subjected all of creation to death. Death entered the world. And this was God's punishment for sin. And so God is the one who in his holy and just righteousness has to punish sin. And as a result, all of the created order is subject to this frustration, to this futility, this uselessness that seems to be all pervasive. But there is hope, and we see that we have reassurance even in the midst of all of this, because creation itself will be set free on the last day. And we have a promise of a new creation and a new heaven and a new earth. Creation itself will be recreated. And there is a sense where this recreation isn't just the starting from scratch, but that which already exists will be made new, just as we who already exist will be made new on the last day. We will have our bodily resurrection. That is, we will have our bodies, but after that point, they will be glorified bodies. So we have a future hope, and in that future hope, we will be fully what we are now already in Jesus Christ. So on that day, on the last day, we'll be set free from death. Already we have been set free from sin and the lordship of the law through our Lord Jesus and his suffering and death and resurrection, which is really good to know. So, as Paul talks about it, not only does creation groan, but we groan as we wait. But we still wait with hope. And Paul talks about how we have the first fruits of the Spirit. Now, oftentimes, when the Bible talks about first fruit, it talks about our offering to God. And there is that aspect of it, to be sure. But here, the first fruit of the Spirit is a gift of God to us, which is really wonderful. And we have the indwelling Spirit of Jesus Christ even now. So that gives us hope and life. And because of that, we can make it through in this daily struggle against sin. As we kind of finish where we started, when Paul was talking about his struggle against sin and how he did the things he didn't want to do and didn't do the things he wanted to do, we realize that we have been given the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. We have been set free, and not in a way where we're done with sin because we daily struggle against sin, but on that day, on the last day, at last, we will be completely free and the sons of God will be revealed. May God be with you.